YouTube? Welcome back to The Dead, aka Dr. Dead, the channel best for horror, anime, and other movie-based reviews. Right now, I first was like, I'm gonna be like everybody else. I'm gonna pirate it. You know, just make sure that I see the Demon Slayer movie regardless. But, you know, everything has come through. Everything's kind of opening up. So, I went to go see it live myself. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm going to start off by just discussing the animation. The animation was absolutely flawless. Ufotable put in the work that a majority of animators need to start following. Is to a point where there's absolutely no competition whatsoever. The best thing about seeing Demon Slayer visually, or in theaters first of all, is if you've been in theaters or at any time, like you're in Texas, you're in Florida, you pretty much didn't have to deal with anything as far as any limits during the pandemic. Whereas in New York State, there's pretty much been a limit towards everything you needed to do. So much so that drive-ins, movie theaters, anything that was generally fun, most people couldn't even go out to do themselves. We're heading right to spoiler territory. Dream sequences showing Zenitsu to Tanjiro and how their actual real selves are visually shown in their minds in a very vivid, beautiful way. To the point where even at the end of the dream sequence, you see Tanjiro leaving his brother, which is a very phenomenal and sad scene. Even like the backstory, once we go into the depths of how peaceful Tanjiro is and how in the dream sequence, his inner essence even affects the people, the boy that tried to kill him, basically. Zenitsu's pitch black soul is pretty much, almost in essence, comparable to his actual personality, so that was visually nice too. It's a little creepy though.
In here, we can't hear you. Your Honor, you're gonna have to make him speak up. What does GTD stand for? Got the draws, okay?
I won't fucking lie though, they did look like berserk fucking penises, and that shit was fucking disgusting. Like, ugh. And as the movie begins, we have Rengoku on the train. We have Tanjiro boarding the train as well. Everyone's pretty much just aloof to what's about to happen. So again, shout outs to Aniplex and Ufotable, because I don't know how Jujutsu Kaisen is going to do it with Mappa. I really don't. I don't see how it's going to have the same level of animation, interest, and sales. It just is what it is. Disturbing thing is the same demon was the one that Mugen killed all his friends or associates in one of his lairs, and he got a power-up just from begging and being a simp. Getting on his knees and being like, yes, master, I'm going to listen to you. So it's interesting that he's one of the main villains. He's not the main villain, but he's one of the main villains. Pretty much having dreams that him and Izuku are in a relationship, jumping in flowers and dancing is, I ain't gonna lie, it's a little fucking weird.
Look, you're a simp. I'm gonna have to report you back to Cusco.
Alright, so once Tanjiro wakes up from his dream, the story pretty much picks up from itself. All the characters start putting in work. Tanjiro and Zenitsu and Rengoku, for the most part, work together. Rengoku pretty much takes care of the entire train. His abilities are fucking gorgeous. I am a sucker for high willpower abilities. Anyone that has high willpower abilities, super speed, super strength. Speaking of the action, was Tanjiro's mother, even if it was a fabricated ideal, saying, it should have been you that died. He had well over 6 siblings. His parents were good and busy. But the fact that, you have a parent, even in a fabricated reality, saying that you're worthless, you should die, you should no longer exist. Those words uttered out of your mouth is going to fuck with a child, no matter how old you are. Remember why I admitted Inosuke multiple times in this video and didn't mention him with Zenitsu? Probably because I messed up with this Nikon camera. I just got this Nikon camera mic set up and everything. And the visuals, we're working on them. It's random in the process, I know. But in due time, this will get better. But I just probably didn't even fucking record the damn thing. It's alright. Double teaming the Eclipse penises, from Berserk. I don't want to say nostalgic. I watched Berserk back at 15, and I know at 15, and I know that it just sounds silly. Like, why the fuck do you keep mentioning Berserk? But I love horror, and you're gonna see more fucking horror-based anime and shows and movies that I like on this fucking channel. This is what it is. Against the Berserk demons, flawless choreography, flawless teamwork, and visually, they look like they give other swords the run for their money. Even if we know for a fact Demon Slayer, tier, power scaling wise, they're like regular swordsmen that fight demons. Let's just be honest. Tanjiro stabbing himself multiple times back to back to back, just so he's not asleep and this demon doesn't go into his mind and kill him. So it's like one movement, stab, another movement, stab. I take a breath, stab. I shit, I stab. It's just fucking crazy. He just keeps killing himself in his dreams. Like, amazing. And I'm sure I admitted that previously also. In his dream, he woke himself up by basically stabbing himself, killing himself in his dream, and then wakes up the others in that process. Say, I finished the manga some time ago, so it's interesting that in the final scene, that demon, when he dies against Tanjiro, he doesn't have a flashback like most demons, which is very interesting. I wouldn't say he's selfish, but it definitely came off like he was. Now, Akaza was obviously a demon in the past who was a martial artist. Akaza and Rengoku pretty much go toe-to-toe. The choreography between their fight is the best fight in the series so far. From blow for blow, they were just trading hands back and forth. 1, 2.
My KSI doesn't know me. I'm sure he's a great guy. He has a Lamborghini. We can race Lamborghinis together. I'd love to play with his man boots.
I think the craziest thing about it is it seemed like Akaza's ability, as well as the fight with Rengoku, it seemed to be more of a push between the concepts of human weakness being from aging while they get stronger due to willpower, whereas demons are going to constantly and consistently become stronger, not only due to drinking Muzan's blood, but consistently having no age factor becoming a weakness. Demon arts and Hashira fights, or Hashira fights, I'm probably saying that fucking wrong, but this sets up a whole end game of how fights are going to look. And these are how fights are going to look at the end of the series. People are going to lose limbs. People are going to get their innards ripped out. Sometimes they'll win and they'll die. Demon Slayer is really a tragic story all around, but very beautiful to look at. I'd say the funniest part is, while Rengoku and Akaza are fighting, they're constantly unable to have anyone else see them move. So, classic Dragon Ball Z shit. Back to back, teleportation, no one can see me. Everybody's looking back and forth like, oh my god, what's going on? And no one can see their actual movements. But overall, it was a great movie. I would definitely recommend everyone to go see it if they haven't seen it in person. Definitely don't waste your health or your energy in any of that. If you are big on being in closed spaces in your own free time, just buy the damn movie. If you can't buy the damn movie, watch it at home. As usual, gotta get used to it. But subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. This is Dr. Dad, and I'll be out.